Welcome to my views and news. I am back with another video. I've been trying to cover all the developments happening in the Amhara region of Ethiopia, where these days an uprising against the government, against some government's decisions, is being noticed. Last night, I reported that a two-day strike in Gonder city could happen. Messaging was underway last night for strike on Thursday and Friday. Now pictures are coming in showing main roads, several main roads are blocked in Gondar reportedly. Secondly, Mesafint, Gondar Fano commander who resisted an offensive by security forces around 4 days ago, has released a message. His message has indirect reference to the TPLF and Oromo Liberation Army. What is he saying? And lastly, Dasi Addis Ababa road, which passes through North Shore zone of the Amhara region. What is the situation there? Because the road remained blocked for several hours yesterday, day before yesterday, as there were attacks on Ethiopian army's convoys along the road by some Fano fighters who were conducting hit-and-run attacks. And then there was a protest last night in Debrecen against the arrival, the mobilization of Ethiopian army. So what is happening there now? Firstly, viewers, Gondar. It was Gondar which showed massive support for Amhara Special Force members a few weeks ago, when across Amhara region protests were held in support of Amhara Special Force members. ASF was being disbanded. ASF members had been told to hand over their weapons, but several ASF members, thousands, they refused to hand over weapons. They fled the camps. They joined Fano factions, and in Gondar, they started patrolling the city. Then a command post was established, and a major demonstration was held in Gondar in support of Amhara Special Force members. Then a meeting was held, if you remember. I covered that meeting. Meeting was held in Gondar with participation of Damaike, Zadu, Fano commanders were there, some Amhara Special Force commanders were there. An attempt was made in Gondar to launch anti-government movement. Then came Easter. That movement was suspended. And after Girma Shitila's murder in North Shore zone of the Amhara region, again we saw start of confrontation between security forces and Fano factions. We have seen fighting in Wallo and Shoa and in Gondar. 3 to 4 days ago, Ethiopian army tried to arrest Mesafent Tasfo, Gondar Fano commander. Army managed to reach reportedly the residence of Mesafent, but then people intervened. People stood between Mesafent and Ethiopian army. Ethiopian army had to retreat, and some Ethiopian army members were taken prisoner reportedly by Gondar Fano. And then Gondar Fano fighters fled towards mountains. They're still there. Mesafint could not be arrested. Now, yesterday, social media messages were shared that on Thursday and Friday, people in Gondar should go on strike, that all businesses must remain closed, all roads should be blocked, traffic should be suspended. We were waiting to see the outcome of the messages. Now, pictures are coming in showing that some main roads in Gondar city are blocked. Obstacles have been placed on the roads, and flow of traffic has been disrupted. In some areas, there is no traffic. Traffic suspended completely. People of Gondar are protesting. They are supporting Fano. They are supporting Amhara Special Force members. The protest is definitely against Ethiopian army's operation against Fano fighters, against Amhara special force members. Army is trying to disarm, but people of Gonder are supporting the hardliners, the Fano faction, and the Amhara special force members. It was mainly due to the support from the people of Gondar and nearby areas that Ethiopian army could not arrest Mesafint. And now when people are showing their support for Mesafint, it means it is becoming increasingly difficult for Ethiopian army to start a full-scale operation against Gondar Fano. Because Gondar Fano, definitely other Fano factions as well, they have following and support in the Amhara region. If these operations are launched, if full-scale operations against Fano fighters are launched, we could see increase in support in public for Fano factions. And Ethiopian army does not want to confront people. No army can confront, it can face people. If people decide to lay down their lives, if they start confronting armies, forces become helpless. Army is trying to handle the situation through mediation. It is involving people, locals, religious elders are being involved for negotiating with the Fano factions on behalf of Ethiopian army. No large-scale operation in Gonder too. People are protesting. Secondly, viewers, Mesafint has released a message. Firstly, several Amhara news outlets all day shared messages from Fano, from Gondar Fano, from Gujjam Fano, from East Amhara Fano, from Amhara People's Force, etc. Some of these messages are being made by the news outlets themselves. So it's difficult to say whether Mesafint released this message himself or not. But the source is relatively reliable, not completely. Mesafint is asking the people of the Amhara region to support Fano. His message is message for Ethiopian government, for Ethiopian army as well. He said, we did not rob banks. We did not rob tanks. We did not oppress civilians. We did not target our country. We are just fighting, we are struggling for our rights. Our question should be answered. We are fighting for truth. Basically, I think he referred to OLA and TPLF in his message, indirectly. OLA is accused of robbing banks. It allegedly robbed banks in Gambela in Oromia. TPLF is accused of hitting Ethiopia, that in collaboration with Westerners, it tried to undermine Ethiopia. It tried to make Ethiopia collapse. That is what Mesafint is saying, that Fano did not do any such thing. He said we were oppressed by one group. Obviously, again, he is referring to TPLF. We fought, we sacrificed, we removed the group, and now we are being massacred. This is the reward that we are getting. Well, firstly, if you have a look at last 50 years history of Ethiopia, you would see that Amharas were in power, then came Tigrayans, now largely Oromos. All have been involved in actions against other ethnic groups, which other ethnic groups claim amount to genocide. Amharas say the genocide is being committed. Tigrayans were saying the same. Oromos say the same, that in the past they were massacred by some rulers. So, Mesafint And it's not that just Fano fought against Tigray forces. Ethiopian National Defense Force fought. All regional forces fought. Amhara regional forces fought as well. It wasn't just Fano. In third round of fighting in August, there was no major involvement of Gondar Gajjam Fanos. Only East Amhara Fano was involved. Gondar Fano, Gajjam Fano, they remained at a distance from the third round of fighting. And in the third round of fighting, mainly the war was decided. Basically, Mesafint is trying to rally support. He wants people of the Amhara region to stand behind Fano. That is the only way to counter Ethiopian army. It would be difficult for Fano to confront Ethiopian army, to face Ethiopian army. Obviously, Ethiopian army is better equipped, more organized, greater in number. So the chance which Fano has against Ethiopian army, it should involve locals, local Amhara population. That is what it is doing. Thirdly, towards Dassi Addis Ababa road, which passes through North Shore zone of the Amhara region, is open now. It was opened this morning. It remained blocked yesterday for several hours on day before yesterday as well due to fighting, due to exchange of gunfire between Fano fighters and Ethiopian army near Shivarobit, near Majate. Then people protested in support of Fano in Debrecen yesterday. They blocked main road. They set tires on fire. So the road remained blocked in Debrecen and Shivarobit near Majate in the last few days. But now reportedly road is open. And I could not confirm any large-scale fighting in Showa today. That is why road is open. Situation gradually returning to calm. But still, it's not that the two sides have reached an understanding. Effort is being made to make Fano and Ethiopian army to reach some sort of understanding. Locals, tribal, ethnic groups, elders, religious elders, they're trying to mediate between Fano fighters and Ethiopian army. Road is open now, reportedly. Thank you for watching.